There's one thing that I would really, shout from the rooftops about Queen's Nursing is that they really get the best out of you as a person, as a nurse, but as a leader.
I didn't realise quite how sort of slightly disenfranchised I had become working in odd community settings in justice, and I went along to these selection days in Edinburgh. I suddenly felt completely comfortable. It's the first time I'd been in a programme which had that navigation point to it, that understood me and my profession and how I have to work collegiately with others.
Queen's Nursing helped us focus. How can we come in with positive ideas, creative ways? And in Dundee especially, we obviously see huge issues with drugs and alcohol and mental health. You're fighting a battle every day, but what we can do is we can come in with the kindness and the compassion and that spiritual and emotional care.
It's really important to really listen to the people that we work with, both the young people that I work with and the care teams that care for them, and to let them know what's going to happen next, because quite often we do listen to people but we don't feed back to them.
Over the past 5 years, I've changed some societal attitudes to sexual crime and how we respond to it. I've changed attitudes to how we work and respond to people who come into police custody, and restored humanity in all of those aspects in a real and practical, responsive way, and that nurses should be at the forefront of this care, absolutely present and directing it in order to provide that equivalence of healthcare, and that did not exist 5 years ago. It exists now.
The Queen's Nurse Development Programme has helped me address inequalities within my caseload and within the area that I work by giving me extra confidence as a leader. So actually I'm able to take issues further through management than I would have previously done. It's given me a wider network to access. There's very good practices goes on in lots of different areas that we now have access to through Queen's Nursing, that you can draw on other people's experience and good practice. And Queen's Nursing's given me a greater voice, and that then allows me to speak up to more people, to different people, to represent the young people that I work with, and to tackle some inequalities that they face.
We've brought in a women's recovery group within our service in Dundee. We're launching a women's mental health, like a peer-led group. We work here up at the Change Centre. We do support with the volunteers. We help them to develop themselves for then moving on to employment. We've linked in with Street Soccer, and Parish Nursing has become an official partner of them. I don't think that would have ever happened, without the boost of Queen's Nursing going, think outside the box. Don't stay in your room, don't stay in your office, go and look out with.
Kirsty's sort of stayed the same but got better, if that makes sense. She's still Kirsty, but she's even more helpful, she's even more caring, she's even more supportive, she's even more involved.
Initially I felt I left it too late in my career. We learned so much and so many things about how to look after yourself, how to promote self-care, that I wished I'd done it sooner. And then I got to the stage in the programme where I actually was really glad I'd done it, when and where in my career I'd done it, and when and where in my life I'd done it. I've changed lots of the way I work and think. I'm much more conscious of self-care, how I present myself to other people, giving me confidence as a leader. And if you are inspired, then you inspire others, and if you are positive, then positivity is shared.
Queen's Nurses make positive change happen because we are now allowed to do so. We have that professional voice because of that programme that we've been on.
A lot of what we talk about is very emotive, but actually if you get a quavery voice, you're not giving a good message. So even to learn how to talk about emotive things in a nice, clear and calm and concise way.
Queen's Nursing made us go, well, actually, if we can be that one person that's trying to bring a bit of positive influence, then the spread of that can be huge.
We're not on our own anymore. There's a lot of us So what I have seen in others, we listen to one another, we empower one another, we keep each other going. You're not a lone wolf, lone voice, you're not battling on your own, but you have this big group of people sitting right behind you, spurring you on.
You get so caught up and swept up in just how amazing the world of Queen's nursing is. It's really hard not to fall in love with it. If I hadn't gone forward for the Queen's nursing, I wouldn't be a full-time parish nurse. And actually, I don't think I would be a nurse. I think I would probably have walked away from nursing completely. For me, Queen's nursing completely reconnected me with my love of nursing. I've completely changed my nursing practice over the last year. I've completely changed jobs. I've taken a leap of faith in doing that, and that's the whole, Queen's nursing sort of tied up in a bundle is be bold, be brave, be bonkers.
The fellowship and the QN gave me permission to draw my seat up.
You have to pull up and do things your own way. Bring your own chair. If there's not one there sitting about, bring your own.
It gave us all a voice, a title, and a social movement. We already know what we're doing. We just needed to get those doors open.
So if we're not promoting the positivity and the kindness and the creativity in these future nursing leaders, we are only going to see things getting worse.
The Queen's Nurse programme can't exist without funding. It can't exist without investment, and what you will get back is the investment of us into our societies. If you're thinking about becoming a Queen's Nurse, please do, because you can become a disruptor. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. And this is one way of changing everything that you have set out to do in your career. It isn't about being the big I am. It's about changing, disrupting the sadness in people's lives.
It's vital. It's a vital programme to bring more people through like Kirsty. It's definitely needed because the world needs more Kirstys, basically.